Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to my Robinhood portfolio. Today I'd like to continue talking about the profitability of mining Bitcoin. As you guys remember from my prior videos, I've been taking a look at the S9 ANTMINER, currently the most powerful piece of dedicated Bitcoin mining hardware, as well as a number of other pieces of equipment that are made for mining cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, a lot of different types of coins out there. Dogecoin, Dashcoin, lots of different types of cryptocurrency, as well as a lot of different types of equipment used to mine it. As I scroll down the list here, you can see there's a number of different dedicated pieces of hardware. The S9 ANTMINER is the piece of equipment I've been taking a look at just because it's the most powerful dedicated piece of Bitcoin mining hardware, and the price is relatively reasonable. I just put out a video talking about buying equipment off of eBay. And as you can see here, the price $15.08 is definitely not a price point that you can jump into buying this piece of equipment. The manufacturer is typically always sold out and or there's pre-orders, which can be a very, very risky type of investment. Please take a look at my prior video talking about eBay with regards to the big controversy behind buying pre-order equipment that is dedicated for mining not only Bitcoin, but Litecoin, Ethereum, Dashcoin, all of the other types of cryptocurrency. A lot of shenanigans and shady business dealings that are typically involved with buying on pre-order. But getting back to this video, as I continue to scroll down here, you can see there are pieces of equipment that are dedicated for Litecoin, Bitcoin. There's also a few on here that are dedicated to Dashcoin as well. L3 plus ANTMINER, very good miner for Litecoin. You can see the Radeon RX 480 GPU for Ethereum coin. And as I continue to scroll down here, you can see there's kind of a mix of graphics cards that are used for Bitcoin mining, as well as dedicated pieces of machinery. And a lot of these are now outdated, but some of them are still very viable, and the S9 ANTMINER is one of those pieces of equipment. So if we kind of take a look back up on top again, going back to the S9 ANTMINER, definitely want to take a look at that because the payback period has been very, very sustainable over the last few weeks or so in analyzing the equipment here. So let's click on the S9 ANTMINER here. And again, this algorithm kind of goes through a number of different variables that are associated with mining these types of coins. Not only the power of the processor that is in the particular piece of equipment, but also the price of the coin, as well as electricity costs as well. Because as you guys may or may not know, these take a lot of electricity, lots of watts to power these particular pieces of equipment. They're very, very electricity intensive. So you can see there in the middle, we have the S9 ANTMINER here pulled up. This is for mining Bitcoin. If we take a look at some of the fundamentals that go behind looking at the payback period, which is currently 107 days, which I have to say has been very, very steady over the last 7 weeks in analyzing the S9 ANTMINER. I started off at 114 days, now it's down to 107 days, which I think is really driven by the price of Bitcoin. The price of Bitcoin has risen from about $5,500 7 weeks ago to over $7,000 right now. So that is definitely what's driving that payback period. But just to recap again, you can see the power of this particular piece of equipment, 1,375 watts. If we take a look at the electricity costs, it comes out to about $4 per day or so, $3.96 to run this piece of equipment. And again, these pieces of equipment are typically run 24/7 around the clock. You can see the hash rate there. That's typically what the machine will produce at the best optimum conditions. It's not always going to produce that. And that again is the calculations that are essentially mining the Bitcoin. Cryptocurrency, including Bitcoin, is all about a calculation-based mining algorithm. The more calculations you can do, the more coins you can make per hour or per day. And that's really what that's telling you. And then on the bottom there, you can see return per week, return per month, return per year. So currently per week, and this is taking into consideration how many coins this particular machine can mine versus the price of Bitcoin. You can see it's currently earning about $100 per week, $97.83 per month, $419.27, and per year, $51.01.15. And again, that's taking into consideration the power cost per day as well as return per day to kind of get the profit per day, profit ratio, cost per gigahash, so on and so forth is all calculated into a payback period, which is currently 107 days. So I've been very, very impressed with the payback period so far. Over the last 7 weeks, the payback period has not only stayed the same, but it's decreased slightly as well. So if you would run this piece of equipment for 107 days straight, you'd pay back that 1508, and then you'd start making money off the investment. You'd essentially be making 100% pure profit at that point. So very, very intriguing. I have not yet bought any Bitcoin mining hardware. I was waiting for the next iteration of the S9 ANTMINER to come out, which kind of goes back to the controversy about buying pre-order. If you buy pre-order, the company typically will not send that out until it has its next batch of product on the way. And in the meantime, it sort of says it's testing the equipment, or there's a backlog, and it's essentially using your equipment to mine Bitcoin for themselves. So kind of a controversy there. Not saying every manufacturer does that, but that definitely has plagued the manufacturers of dedicated Bitcoin mining hardware in the past. So again, just to recap here, the payback period has decreased slightly, which is excellent. That's exactly what you want to see when you dive into Bitcoin investing. If you were to run this piece of equipment again for 107 days straight, starting today, you essentially make back your investment and then start making pure profit after that. So far, it looks like a very viable investment strategy, the S9 ANTMINER. I can't speak for the other miners. I might be doing a video talking about GPU mining as well for Litecoin and Ethereum, which is very, very intriguing to me. Is that those types of hardware are much more accessible. They're much easier to buy than these dedicated pieces of hardware, which typically, again, are only sold on pre-order from the manufacturer. And then also, you can buy them off eBay, but there's a number of different things that can go wrong by buying off eBay or buying secondhand. So you always have to take that into consideration when jumping into Bitcoin mining. But for a recap today, the payback period has stayed the same. But not only that, but it's also decreased a little bit, again, driven by the price of Bitcoin. We're going to have to see what this kind of turns out to be when the price of Bitcoin does pull back a bit, which I do expect over the next couple months or so. But so far, I've been very impressed with the S9 ANTMINER. Again, at 7 weeks, the S9 ANTMINER has not only stayed the same with payback period, might have even come back a bit from about 115 days or so to 107 days currently. So that is the S9 ANTMINER. Again, very, very pleased, very surprised that this is actually a pretty viable investment strategy so far with this particular piece of equipment. So not to make the video too long, just wanted to give you guys an update. Again, 7 weeks with the S9 ANTMINER. The payback period has been holding steady, if not decreasing a bit. Definitely a viable investment strategy so far at 7 weeks. So not to make the video too long, again, I'll kind of end it here. As always, if you guys enjoy my videos, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. If you guys have a better piece of equipment that you guys would like an analysis about, please let me know in the comment threads down below, and I'll do the best to get back to you and maybe start a new series with either a Dashcoin or Litecoin or Ethereum type of mining strategy as well. So yeah, kind of with that, I'll end the video, and we'll see you guys next time.